Don't make me use my Cat 9 whip. Oh, sorry, didn't see you there. A schoolmaster always has to be strict to keep the children obedient. I'm Miss Elizabeth. I live as a schoolmaster in the New England colonies. In hopes of starting a new life, at age 16, I went on my voyage from England to the New World. I became a schoolmaster in 1632 during the time that schools were beginning to establish in my colony. There were, and still are, many occupations to choose in Massachusetts, but my decision was to be a schoolmaster because Puritans, like me, encourage education so everyone can read the Bible. Come with me and I can teach you about my life as a schoolmaster. Occupation. Boy, would I love to sleep in. Unfortunately, the life of a schoolmaster doesn't permit such luxuries. Although I am a school teacher, my work starts before the children's school day. I wake up every morning at dawn and complete many of the village's essential chores. I wish I was married so my husband could pitch in on those tiring jobs. I run a dame school, a school run by unmarried women in their own home. I have 8 children in a young age range attending my 4-hour classes, 8 hours in the winter. I try to teach each of my children a popular trade that they could excel within their adult life. These trades include weaving and sewing for the girls and shopkeeping and farming for the boys. As students begin to arrive at my cabin, they hand me a piece of wood for the fire. If children neglect to bring a log for the fire in the winter, I would be too frozen to even try to teach a lesson. That's just one of the reasons I punish my children. The New England colonies are very strict religion-wise. One part of my lesson is having children recite prayers from the Bible. Some of those prayers bring the Our Father and Apostles' Creed. Even though I work as hard as a workhorse, I am paid very little. Sometimes I'm paid in produce. I feel determined to continue helping my colony's education grow and support my mother and father. Discipline. As a schoolmaster, I feel sometimes I discipline more than I teach. Many of the schoolmasters teaching at this time are amending that children at a young age should be taught to be hardworking, and sometimes to teach them this, we have to be quite firm. Don't tell anyone, but I try to take it easy on my students. I mean, they have been through a lot in their early years already since they've taken the journey to the New World. One of the punishments I've given my students is making them wear the dunce cap. If a student disturbs class or is cheating, talking, or crying, that could get them the dunce cap punishment. They place the dunce cap, a tall cone-shaped hat, on their head and are sent to sit in the corner. The dunce cap punishment is meant to be a symbol to other students and the victim of the punishment that you should not disturb lessons or act foolishly. Also, I have a mini flapper, a little piece of leather with a handle, also known as a small whip. But I've only used it once or twice. I remember the time that happened. A young boy about the age of 7, one of the oldest kids in the class, began ignoring all of the instructions and getting into many arguments or fights with the smaller children. I called him to my desk and he came grumbling to himself. I demanded to know why he was acting this way, but he mumbled quietly. Well, if you have nothing to say, then get back to work, I said, and tapped him with the flapper. He was a tortoise as he walked back to his wooden desk. Now I know he will not fight and neglect school work again. Tools. Hornbooks, globes, and quill pens are all things I use to teach. A hornbook consists of paper pasted on a wooden slat shaped like a ping pong paddle. On the thin piece of paper are vowels, consonants, and a prayer. I use the hornbook because it's inexpensive. Along with the hornbook, I use the New England Primer. It is very much like the hornbook, however, instead of teaching students letters and prayers, it has phrases on it that praise class obedience. Also, I'm equipped with textbooks, a globe, desks and benches, sealing wax, and paints. If I mention more of the tools needed to be a schoolmaster, we'd be here for a while. Fun facts. Although working is hard in the New World, there are many fun things I am privileged to do. Some mornings before school, I spend my time preparing quill pens for the school day. It's like having a little arts and crafts session in the morning. I wish I could be as good at making toys as I am quill pens. Many kids living in the rural areas of the New World don't have access to toys. I would like to provide my classroom with toys that they could play with in their free time. Also, occasionally in the summer, my class and I work on nearby farms. I like doing this because I get to spend time with my children out of school. Conclusion. Thank you for spending time to learn about my occupation. I hope in the future that girls will be allowed to advance in education as well as boys. That's a day in the life of a schoolmaster. Good day.